Hello, I'm Chad Smith. Today I'll be talking with you about America's gang epidemic in our youth. I'm doing this presentation for Professor Battles in my juvenile delinquency, the core class at Thomas University. America is in a gang epidemic in our youth. We've seen it every day. It's big time. I mean, it's everywhere. It's all over the country. According to the FBI, there's about 33,000 gangs that are active in America. The FBI estimates that there are more than 1.4 million Americans wearing some type of gang colors to letting people know what gang they're affiliated with. According to the FBI, and this is probably a little light, some of these numbers may be skewed a little because this was some older information that I was able to find. According to the FBI, the gangs commit almost 50% of violent crime in the United States. Gangs are not, some of them are regionally, some of them are statewide, some of them are international gangs. While many of these groups are regionally and only loosely organized, many gangs are expanding their ranks and establishing themselves, like I said, at international levels. Most gangs have a mixture of adults as well as youth members. The adults are able to prey on the youth to offer them some sort of protection, money, something that a lot of them don't have already. That they're not coming from the best family life they are. Like I pointed out earlier, many different types of gangs in the U.S. As far as saying one gang is more popular than the other, well, that really depends on where you're at in the United States. Some are more East Coast, some are more West Coast, some are even in the South Central U.S. around Mexico. Are a lot of Mexican gangs, Texas, for instance. According to the FBI, the most dangerous gang, one of the ones that worries them the most, is the MS-13 gang. In fact, the FBI is so concerned about the MS-13 gang that they created a MS-13 task force that was developed just strictly to deal with the MS-13 gang. I mean, they're a violent gang. They're a lot of drug use, really violent. They don't mind killing somebody. This doesn't bother them at all. That's what they do. If you cross them, I mean, as if it's up to them, they're going to kill you. Gangs are not just a big city problem anymore. They're all over the United States. Every state has known gang members. The FBI has gone as far as to say that gang members are in every town of the U.S. It's not just a big city problem anymore. Like I say, it's a rural problem. It's in small town America. It's in the Midwest. It's in the northern states, up around the Canadian border. I mean, it's everywhere. Don't think just because you live in a small town that you're going to be immune to this and then not have to worry about gang life. I mean, I guess your odds are more higher if you live in New York or Los Angeles. You're going to run into some gang members, but this could very well happen in a small town in Alabama or anything, anywhere. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, gangs are making millions of dollars each month with selling drugs and other crimes. I mean, the exact figures are unknown because, they really have no way of knowing. They have no way of knowing how much dope they're selling. Some feel that the bigger gangs that are also international make up several $100 million a year. I mean, you're talking probably getting close into billions. They don't want to come out and just say billions of dollars yet, if anything that I could find anyway. But I imagine in today's time and the stuff that's going on, I mean, it's probably bumping it. It's probably getting very, very close. With millions at their disposal, like I said earlier in the presentation, it's easy to trick children into joining a gang. Many feel that gangs offer them a source of income, something they don't have at home. Their parents, for all intent and purposes, they don't even care much about their kids. They don't have, all they're concerned about their own drugs and alcoholics and not taking care of these kids. And these gang members are offering them something that they're not getting at home. They're offering them attention, money, protection. Something that a lot of them, it's sad to say, but a lot of them never had in their young lives, and probably will never have like that they're going to get. And that sounds horrible, but that's where we're at in the USA today, and has been that way for quite some time. Gangs were once thought of just as a prison problem. Yeah, there were gangs years ago. They kind of thought they went away. They are a prison problem, but however the numbers suggest, it's a world problem, and in my opinion, it's out of control. And I believe until the parents hold their kids accountable for their actions and start taking care of their children, this is only going to get worse. The gang leaders are not dumb. They're not dumb crooks. I mean, they are smart, knowing that the kids have less than perfect home lives, and that's what they prey on. They want to see the kid that they see walking home by himself every day after school, and when he gets home, they know there's no one home. They seen the mama leave 3-4 hours ago, or the daddy's probably not even there. With the money that they're able to promise the new recruits, so to speak, and the attention, it's only a matter of time before they're right in the fold as a new member. It's bad. I don't know what could be done to alleviate some of this. If you lock one of them up or one of them gets killed, there's another one. There's another one there ready to step up and into that place and take that position. They're trained like that. They're trained basically not as far as the training, but they're ran like a military organization. They have somebody. They got lieutenants, generals. I'm not so sure if they go into sergeants, but there's somebody always waiting to take their spot if one of them gets killed, and they don't seem to worry about that. That's not in their vocabulary, so to speak. They don't mind dying. I mean, I guess that's some kind of honor to them. I hope you've enjoyed this PowerPoint on gangs. I really learned a lot of things that I had no idea was going on until getting deeper into this gang life, and all I was able to read is what they know. There's no telling them what all kind of information that we have no idea about. I've worked in the prison system fixing to be 20 years, and I was familiar with lots of prison gangs and a lot of the lingo that they use. They have their own languages. It's a really, really in-depth area, the gangs are, and you have to really study to understand how they act and how they work amongst themselves and how they communicate with one another. It's a whole nother alphabet that they have established. It's a never-ending process. When we figure out one way they're doing something, they immediately go into another way and start doing something else. I mean, they're constantly working on stuff. But until parents, to me, step up and do a better job of holding their children accountable for what they do, I don't know that we can win this one. It's terrible to say, and I hate to say it, but to me, that's what it looks like. I appreciate your time, and hope you have a great day.